What's up, guys? Welcome to the Seabass Outdoor Podcast. My co-host Aaron Vela.
I'm completely lost with this on.
It's the Birdbox challenge, as you can see.
You made me do this on the ice today too.
I can't believe No. You did it on your own. You both of you guys started it, but I can't really see anything. I don't know if you guys have seen that movie. I've seen bits and pieces because you guys were watching it last time, but. Yeah, this is the Birdbox podcast, but in reality, why we're calling it the Birdbox podcast is related to fishing. So now I'm gonna see the light of day.
I'm gonna get to take it off.
Oh, there you go.
Did you forget to hit the on button or what?
You can't take it off, bud.
Sweet.
No, the reason why we got it on, guys. We want to talk about Birdbox, going to a lake you've never been to, you've never fished. You don't even know what's in it. So we're going to talk about this for most of the podcast because that's what we did. We went out Saturday and, we fished a lake that we never fished before.
Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty cool. We got to get out there and experience that and looking at maps and what we look for structure, just the surroundings. Where north is and all that stuff. So we're looking at that and everything.
Been doing that a lot this year. Lots of new water. We've been fishing old lakes, but a lot of new water. A lot of stuff that, at least me myself, that I'm not used to fishing.
Even 2018, that's what we did most.
Yeah. Well, it's good. It's quite rewarding when you do that. You get a lot of bad days when you do that too. It makes it a little bit more difficult, but it's rewarding when you get them, and it can pay off for sure.
So, before we can go any further, I got to do my beer review. This one's provided by Pauly V. Pauly V. The challenge still up there. I went practicing today for perch.
Yeah.
You stayed at home, and I dialed them in.
We got them dialed for sure.
We got them dialed.
We definitely know where they're not.
So,
yeah.
The stun gun's purchased, and it's I already changed the battery. I was playing with it so much.
Change the battery? That's not fair.
All right, we're going to open this. Yep, this is provided by Pauly V. This is a check engine.
He loves that beer, man.
Amber.
He tells me it's like Rickard's Red.
Red Line Brewhouse in Barrie, Ontario.
Right down the road from me.
Hey, man, this should make a Laker beer. And I'm not saying the Laker cheap beer that you buy. The Laker beer.
Like Laker Ice?
Laker Ice, yeah. It's a dark colored beer, like red, like Rickard's Red, right?
Mm-hmm.
Got a good smell to it. It's not too strong. On a cold glass because I want to enjoy this beer. I'm only going to have one today.
It's a nice bar, too. I was talking about it today. They got good food there, man.
I've never been. We're going to have to go.
We'll have to go. It's right across the road from Cabela's. They're not paying us anything. But yeah. The plaza where, it's right where the Tim Hortons is. On
across the street.
Yeah.
Across the street.
Yeah.
I see. We're going to rate this.
Looks like Coca-Cola.
How'd you guys like my my cooking video? Other than the camera shaking, and that's not LB's fault. It's because I should have had it on a stand, and the lens has no stabilizer in it. But I enjoyed doing that. Actually, I got another cooking with Seabass video that's even better. We cooked on the ice, pre-cooked it, and then we cooked it on the ice.
I wouldn't cook.
Josh rated it, and I try to be as funny as I can on there. With my sense of humor, it can be dry sometimes, but yeah. So let's rate this bad boy. I'm thirsty. It wasn't a long day of fishing, but we woke up early today.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, we got up a little early today, for sure. No doubt.
I'm not gonna rate it now because I just brushed my teeth.
Yeah.
So it's gonna lie.
So it tastes
like the taste.
Tastes like Gatorade now, or what?
Who is watching movie Birdbox? Do you guys understand why we came out with the Birdbox blindfolded and everything?
I watched enough of it, and then Alyssa told me what happened at the end.
Yeah, I don't like scary movies because I can't do nothing to anybody.
Yeah, you can't beat anybody up.
Can't reply. Can't reply back.
See the monsters in it though, man.
That's true, but it's the way they die.
You can't beat them up.
I only seen one guy die. He saw the thing through a TV.
Yeah. The guy that hit his head, the Asian guy.
But that reason why we're talking about, why I called it the bird box is because going blind to a lake, like all you got is mapping. You do your recon before, and a lot of people asked on the last video I had, the Laker video, the hookup, the one I just posted today.
Mm-hmm.
You see me talking about the graph and what I use. I usually use my computer the day before. Navionics, they have a free web app. You can look at the depth, but we talk about this every podcast. There's sonar chart and there's the regular one. It doesn't mean it's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
The lake we were on, when you guys left and me, Josh, fished, we were like, oh, I want to try this shoal.
Mm-hmm.
On a sonar chart and the regular Navionics, which sonar chart is like apparently a more detailed version of, it's just an average of things. So, but on both, there is no shoal. It was supposed to come up 60 feet.
Yeah.
Is 97 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So we just picked up and left because, we wanted to fish a bit more shallow, get those fish that are already pushing bait on the shoal.
Yeah. That are aggressive. Feeding already. You don't have to try and get them going.
Craig's asking, what the hell's Birdbox? You got to watch it, man. I walked into the movie halfway through. I was like, I was hooked.
Yeah, you didn't mind it?
It's a movie on Netflix.
Really.
They got to be blindfolded, and if they see this black cloud, they just kill themselves within seconds, right? Is that it?
Yeah, something like that.
So that's why we showed up like this.
Your head.
Birdbox challenge.
He's gonna spill his beer all over his shirt. Oh, he's good. You would live longer than me. I would have totally missed my mouth if that was me. Would have poured it down my shoulder.
But okay, so and even Craig called me today. He's like, "Yo, we're having a hard time finding splakes, blah blah blah. Where should I go?" I mean, the best thing and the most rewarding thing is when you go to a lake. Although you struggle and you catch that one fish on your own, no information from everybody. That's like a medal right here. Like, nobody gave me anything. I caught a good fish. It feels so good. That's why I was so excited into that video. Well, into when me and you and your buddy and Josh went out and I caught that lake trout like instant right away because I'd never caught a lake trout there.
Yeah.
I never targeted them or even thought about it. And it was like first drop. I was so excited. It wasn't a big fish, but it felt so good. And I'm like, okay, we're putting something together here.
Yeah, it's definitely more rewarding when you put in the work. I mean, someone tells you where to fish and you go out there and catch them. I mean, are you really doing the fishing or is it someone else?
Me?
No, you're good for that.
Yeah, but... no. Oh, you mean when somebody... Yeah, but the thing is, you're going to distance yourself from this conversation, but I fished with a guy before a lot where Pardon me?
Distance yourself from the conversation.
Just,
off I go.
Put your mask back on.
Another plan.
I used to fish with this guy, great fisherman, can catch fish, but cannot find them at all. Not like it has to be information. If he has no information, he will, like we're talking tournament. If he doesn't get information from somebody, he's just not catching them straight up. And if the information that he has doesn't pan out, he can't adapt to the fishing.
Yeah, he can't fish by the seat of his pants.
So if you always get information from people, you're never gonna adapt and put the puzzle together. It's like, you're doing a puzzle and I keep putting pieces for you. At the end of the day, when the next puzzle you're gonna do, I'm not gonna know how to
do a puzzle.
It's like a Sudoku, like, right? So we got some questions on here. Alyssa's going to read them. If they're good questions, she's going to...
in between her time with fly.
She's going to reply. She's going to let us know. Now, the beer, I'm going to rate it.
Right now. Fast and loud, coming in.
I don't know, man. I've been drinking all these beer. I only drink beer on the podcast.
When you drink this beer?
I don't drink beer on the pod. I drink beer on videos just for the hell of it. This one doesn't have kick. It's more like a Coors Light / Rickard's Red.
Does it make you want to fix a furnace?
No. I know a guy.
Okay.
I know a guy.
Okay.
I don't want to be harsh, Paulie, but
it's a 7.
Again, it's not. It can be a 10 for somebody, right? But no, I'd say try it again.
Justin wants to know what happened to the K drill.
6.8.
Oh, pretty close to a 7.
6.8. It's
We
not
almost had
bad.
a 7.
If I would go to that restaurant, I'd have another one.
Polly would rate that a 10 out of 10.
Oh, for sure. But I talked about it in my cooking video. You guys are gonna laugh if you haven't seen my cooking video, but I talk about it. 10 out of 10 is if you were to jail and on death row, the meal you order is a 10 out of 10 out of your mind. Mm-hmm. It's the last meal you're going to have, a 10 out of 10. If that's the beer you would order when you're on death row, you deserve to die.
What would your last meal be?
My last meal? Poutine. What the hell, for sure. 100%.
Is there a certain place where you get it, or be like
I'll be in Quebec. No.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100% have to. I already know what it is, but what would yours be?
Wendy's.
Yeah. Okay, but what do you put on the burger?
What? Nothing. Plain, dude. No condiment. I gotta maintain my girlish figure, dude.
The condiments don't do nothing, bro.
Hey, you never know. Proof is in the pudding, dude.
The condiments on the Wendy's burger is actually the good part.
The good part?
The healthy part.
The proof is in the pudding.
The proof is in the pudding. We got a question?
Yeah, someone wanted to know, they watched the latest walleye videos. How do you locate them, and what's your jigging technique to entice them to bite?
Thanks for logging in. I think somebody posted that on my Instagram, and I said just log in on podcast, ask me that question. Walleye really like structure, and they're a lot like crappie too as well. They like bassins, especially in the winter, if they don't have those shoals. Mm-hmm. If you're fishing a river, they'll like those deeper bassin. If you're fishing a lake, they'll like those rock shoal. Mm-hmm. Where there's current. So we talked about it on my seminar. And you have your shoal here at the bottom of the lake, and you have current coming this way. If the current's coming this way, you're going to have less fish here. Most of your fish are going to be at the back here.
Be hanging out away from the current.
Although you got more fish at the back, this is good information, guys. Although you got more fish at the back here, you're like, I'm marking them, but they're not biting. Mm-hmm. You're going to have less fish here, but way more active. They're feeding here.
Yeah.
Same as on top. On top, you're going to have a bit more fish than here. But if the fish is here, so for me, I would rather fish here if I know where the current's coming. Mm-hmm. And when we're talking current in a lake like Lake Simcoe, people will tell you there's no current. That's a big lie. There's current in Lake Simcoe. And we're talking maybe half a mile an hour.
That you don't
it's
see.
Microscopic. It's not going to do anything. The biggest currents in Kempenfeld for sure.
Oh yeah,
obviously the narrows, but I mean we're talking ice fishing.
Like rivers and the narrows.
Yeah, let's talk main body of water. There will be two current in 120 feet of water. Mm-hmm. The top current will go this way, and the bottom current will go this way. But it's really hard to understand until you know where your bait goes, right? So for me, when I look at walleye and I know there's current, I'll fish on top of the shoal instantly, knowing I'm going to mark less fish. I'm going to have less activity, but the guy that comes, he's eating. Mm-hmm. It's the same way I'm going to target those lake trout and whitefish. Sorry. While I got this on my hand, I answered that question. I got this. This was one of my requests for my Christmas present. My lovely girlfriend got me this.
She doesn't trust you?
No, she trusts me. But I think it's important to talk about this. What's in the kit is a first aid kit. We don't talk about it. We're always talking about fishing.
Probably for me more so than you.
No, it's for me. I like when I go walleye fishing, it's an excursion.
Oh, for sure.
Have you came with me?
I haven't been through the back way there.
It's a trek. Something can happen. Your sled breaks down. It falls on you. You open your artery, or whatever, something like that.
Open your artery.
Well, something like that. Something can happen. You got a knife on you, it pokes you, or a fishing rod.
That's why my dad.
That's Matt Mungman. Matt Mungman got rod through his arms in a boat accident. Rods.
Wow.
So, my first aid kit, waterproof, which is really cool, and that's what I enjoyed with.
Was that lip balm? I might need that.
Yeah, lip balm. I got a fire starter kit, but these packets are waterproof, which is really cool.
That's awesome. You know what that's good for? That's good from the Mr. Buddy Heater pilot light won't light. You can use that.
Yeah.
You have some matches.
Glow sticks, hand warmers.
Those are good for fishing.
Obviously, you You've done this too before on Christmas. You've given me
I think
a roll of shit tickets.
I got
Those
you the
are
camo ones though.
Teach you to
A little
go,
more
but I'll be
discreet.
honest with you. Wiping your ass with this is probably wiping your ass with sandpaper. I'd rather cut my sleeve here and use that.
That looks like something I'd blow my nose with, not wipe my ass.
Not even. I'd start a fire with this probably.
Yeah.
But that's more of a joke, right?
Yeah.
That's why she put that in there.
More of a joke.
Yeah. I got little spoons. Those I got myself because I like eating on the ice. That's another thing we can talk about. So, waterproof, first aid. I've opened it. It's, it tells you it'll last you 4 days if you're hurt and all that stuff. Anyway, so it's something to think about, These were purchased at sale. So this will come in my boat, but mostly on my snowmobile. Like you're out there, you hurt yourself, the sled doesn't start, you hit a pressure crack at night, you open your forehead, you got something, By the time the paramedics and the cops are coming,
they're not coming on the ice.
They're coming by chopper. It's gonna take a while.
Yeah.
It's gonna take a while.
Really
You're gonna have, especially nowadays, like it's gonna be hard for them to give you your location, to have to have the access to find your pin on the phone. That's if your phone's working. Someplace on Lake Simcoe, your phone's not working. There's some blind spots out there. So just little safeties, right? And I want to talk about product, so I thought I'd talk about this today. I don't want to be a pushover, not a pushover, a sellout.
Yeah. No.
I don't want to push out my sponsors. Sorry, guys, but I just want to push out what I really believe in.
Yeah,
because if I was going to push everything I use, you guys would be like, tired of this. I just want to be myself. That's why I'm doing the honest reviews. That's why I'm doing the cooking videos. The cooking videos are rated R, 18. I swear a little bit in them, and I try to be funny. So you don't watch them with your kids.
No.
My
little cousins were watching the podcast last week when we did it.
I was hammered on that podcast, but
yeah, I think they told them to shut it off about like the 2-hour mark.
Oh yeah. It
started going downhill. It was uphill for you, but downhill for
I was going
for sure. Looks like we got a question.
Yeah, just a quick one on Navionics on Simcoe. How accurate would you say it is? Do you find that there's lots of places it's not?
There's some good confidence boosting shoals out there that don't exist.
Yeah. It's the most accurate one.
Oh, for
Let's
sure.
put it that way.
Oh, Navionics up here. I mean,
but sonar chart, throw that thing in the garbage. When I bring you out and you pull your phone and you have sonar chart on, I will slap you in the back of the head.
I think I had sonar charts on today.
Yeah. What did I do? The first thing I did is I unclicked it. Unclicked it. We've talked about this. Sonar chart or charts sent by us, people like you and me, to Navionics, and they go, okay, we'll do an average of those depths and we'll round it out. What about the muk that's been running for 3 hours with its transducer outside the water that says 300 feet?
That was probably my trolling water.
Don't use sonar chart, man. That's the biggest gimmick there's out there. The rest that Navionics does is great. We'll see how it goes. It's owned by Lawrence now.
No, Garmin.
Garmin? Yeah. $33. The app, man.
That's crazy. I wonder if
what is Garmin offering more?
Nothing. There's some maps that I've seen that Garmin had that.
What? Which one?
12 Mile Bay is one.
That's accurate?
As far as accuracy goes, I've never been on 12
Yeah, that's the thing.
I've never been on 12
They look
miles
good on
before in my
paper
life,
and on the web until you're on the water and you're like...
They got Morrison. Navionics doesn't have Morrison.
Yeah.
I don't know how accurate that one is.
That's the thing.
I think
I'd rather not get a map than you giving me false information. Oh, it's clear 30 feet here. Stomp.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got a question.
Yeah, someone asked about tubes. Which tubes are your favorite on Lake Simcoe? They know they work, or any other type of white plastic bait.
All right. Now we go into a category, which I pulled it out. You guys didn't see in the video. I pulled Falcor out, the last one.
Oh, boy.
I petted it. Josh touched it. He said, I want to touch this in my life.
That thing should not go down that hole, dude.
I did. I'm like, well, YOLO. But
we should frame it. Put it like right here.
We should.
Like a little shadow box or something right here. Get rid of the
we should.
I'm not gonna say what I said that was from, but
yeah. No. But so I strictly use, and I know it's a sponsor of mine or supporter, Set the Hook tubes for one reason. The body's short, they're softer than the others, and the tentacles on the tube are longer, which allows me to either stick a bait in the tube or have a longer stinger hooks. If you fish a tube without a stinger hook, don't fish a tube.
Yeah.
Straight up. Same thing with a swim bait. You don't fish a swim bait with a stinger hook, don't fish it. You're going to be, I miss so many fish. And the guy that's telling you I have no problem with it, he's not catching fish.
No.
Right?
For sure.
So I like the Set the Hook white tubes. I think, he's designed them a certain way. They're completely different. That's what I like about Peter. He listens to people. They're completely different as other tubes.
He's a fisherman himself. He understands what it takes to make a bait that catches fish, right? He has an idea in his head and he produces a good bait. I like him too.
Dude, they rip easy. I mean, they're one that rips the easiest. I mean, I've never had issues
with
a tube. I mean, it's because it's got tentacles, but
yeah,
I've used them. No issues.
The more rip they are, the better they catch fish.
That's the thing. The softer they are, the better, because you don't want that tube to be round and stiff. I like that tube that when it goes down with the pressure of the water, it flattens out and then just goes sideways like this instead of just. I like when it's like almost like a flying lure. Remember the flying lure?
I bought one of those the other day.
Yeah,
not like actually the flying lure, but they have one. It looks like a little burbot, and it's got a bucktail on it.
He's too young to know the flying lure.
Airplane jig.
No, you're too young to know the flying lure. It was a TV, as seen on TV lure.
Yeah, it's like the banjo minnow.
Yeah, but it was the first one to do it.
Yeah,
where
peel.
It's basically a tube upside down that's flat. So when you're casting at a dock, it goes under the dock. Like
yeah, bet the people on Gloucester Pool would appreciate that one. Yeah. Catch the rock bass under the dock.
Oh man, that's funny.
Did we have a question there? Or?
No, there was a question. I don't know if you said the answer already. What happened to the cage drill?
What happened to the cage drill, Seb?
Nothing happened to the cage drill. What happened is I got lazy. I have a cage drill on the clam drill plate.
Yeah, and it's got the adapter piece.
And it comes with 2 bolts, which is super snug, eh? I tightened it with my hands.
Yeah.
And I forgot about it. And we went fishing, and over time it got loose, and we went to drill a hole. The bolt wasn't there anymore. I just spun free. Yeah. But that's my own fault.
It was pretty cool.
I thought we broke the drill, actually.
I thought we broke the drill, too.
I thought we broke the Milwaukee. I'm like, this don't sound right.
Yeah. Even if you break the Milwaukee, though, you just take it to the rep and you get a new one. Thing was telling me how you used to break the chucks on the Milwaukee all the time, and you get new drills.
Who did?
James.
Does he?
It's what he said. And he doesn't break them. He broke them trying to do something that you should never try and do with those drills. But
yeah. David Draper is asking, how do I set up the stinger hook? I have a video how to fish Lake Simcoe, I think. And it just shows how I rig my stuff. So that's how I rig it. I basically tie red braid. I like red braid. Just a confidence thing. Doesn't mean nothing.
And it bleeds into the tube. It looks good, man.
Red braid to a stinger hook, a treble hook. And a treble hook's about the size of the OD outside diameter of the tube. You don't want too big. You don't want too small. No, I see those guys with those little stinger hooks. And I just cut it off.
It's like,
no. Because you're going to get the fish. The fish is going to end up falling on the stinger hook. You get that little, like the hook I hooked that lake trout. That was fine for that lake trout. Like it was getting small.
Yeah.
You catch a Lake Simcoe lake trout on that. No, it's gone. It's gone.
Straight. 15-pounder would own you on that.
Match the bait you're using. Don't go oversized. Don't go oversized. Don't go too small. Get picky with your stuff.
For sure.
I'm going to give some chirp to Josh, but he's so excited about going fishing that he'll forget the stinger hook. I guess that's as you get older.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, I'm gonna take my time to really find the hook. Like I'm gonna dig until I get the hook I want.
I do the same thing though. I'm bad for that. Sometimes I'll try and panic and throw things together, and then all of a sudden I don't have the right things. But
then you do that, and then you catch when you miss it.
Yeah, it's a waste of time. It really is. I mean, there's no point in taking shortcuts. Right.
We got a question.
Yeah, Bass Monkey Fishing asked about the new Hummingbird 2019 models. Do you know anything about the generation?
I like that name.
Mega?
So the ones that came out, they already came out. The Gen 3s.
The G.
Faster processor. They've eliminated some of the issues apparently. So what happens with the Hummingbird Elites Gen 2? Gen 1, Gen 2 Elites is you would get into shallow water, 9 feet of water on a hard bottom, and you would get, it happened to us today. Remember? You get double the depth. Because what happens, the signal bounces on the floor, bounces back on the transducer, and goes back. So it's like, oh, I got 19 feet. No, you're in 9.5 feet of water.
Yeah.
So they have a faster processor. And guys, I'm on the Hummingbird forum group, like the Facebook one, and guys are getting pissed off. Like I'm loyal to Hummingbird.
Yeah.
But if they're gonna come out every year with that little thing, no, make the unit the first year good. Right?
Sure.
Make the unit the first year with a good processor. Don't be like Apple. We talk about this on every podcast. If a company's going to be like Apple, they're going to lose shares, and Apple's losing shares right now. iPhone 9, what does it do more? Well, it's just a bit faster. Why don't you make it like that the first time? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Is they're becoming like Apple when they have that share in the market, and they have the loyal people that buy it every year.
So they lost me. I you know me, have bought brand new units for the past 5 years.
You're not buying another one this year?
Nope. Nope.
Yeah, it's good that.
And guys are going to start doing that.
Yeah.
I mean, when you spend $10,000 on units, that's what the units. I have 2 Solix 15s.
Yeah.
And an Ultrex. I mean, enough's enough. You know what I mean? Unless you give me something really worth it.
For sure.
Plus, Panoptic. There's no. It's open to the market now. Lawrence has it, and we know that in 2020, Hummingbird will have it.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Another question.
Yeah, just do you think anytime in the future you'll do an ice bundle setup, like tips on how to set up specifically an ice bundle? Do you have anything like that?
Yeah, no, I just finished editing the video.
Yeah.
Literally, it's going to be up tomorrow.
Yeah, for
6
setting
p.m.
it up. Do you have the transducer set up and everything, or do you
What do you mean,
use an ice transducer?
No, ice transducer.
Okay.
It's my ice bundle. That's what he's asking.
Oh, okay.
No, I don't have the boat one.
Yeah.
I have, if you want to see the boat one, I have really good ones. I'll just sell it to your leaks.
Yeah.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but there's no other video on how to set up your fish finder. It doesn't have to be Hummingbird.
Yeah.
Properly. Soldered, straight to the battery, very detailed. How you got to set up, level your transducer and everything.
Yeah. I got to show Marcus that one because he bought a portable unit. So he's got a boat transducer right now.
What did he buy? Elix 5?
Helix 5.
Bundle. Both.
Bundle. Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool. So, yeah, so that's coming tomorrow. I just finished editing, and there's no B-rolls. It's straight. As soon as the video starts, we're into setting. Press menu, settings. First thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to your settings setup, and then you're going to go to user mode. Normal, you want advanced. Normal, I mean, you guys are not normal. Set it up at advanced. You get so much more option and tunability when you go to advanced. So, advanced. And then the second thing you do, you're going to turn your fish ID off because that's just junk.
Yeah, don't worry about the fish ID.
That's something my great-grandfather would fish on. Like, you know when you're fishing on a lake, and that happens a lot when you go fish for perch in the spring, and you're just fishing in the community grounds, there's like 30 boats around you, and all you hear is, deet, 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 deet. This guy's beside you's got fish ID about 100 meters away.
And he's jigging.
And no, he's looking for perch. But at that time of the year, there's so much sediment in the water. That's all he's marking. And he's marking the sediment. He's like, there's tons of fish here. Meanwhile, you know how to read your graph. You know that sediment and the fish are actually this way where you're on. So, yeah, turn fish ID off. But, yeah, no, so that's... guys tripping Josh. Why is Josh transducer on the stick? Because that's what I'm saying. Josh is so excited about going fishing, he doesn't care. He'll have the transducer dangling, and he would take off. Now I showed him. He uses my unit. Literally, when we got home, he went to Getting Tired and bought himself a nice deucer. Yeah. So he's set up now. He's set up.
I like the stick. I thought that was pretty sweet.
Yeah. So, one thing, we talked about the reward of finding your own water.
Oh, for sure.
You feel so good about this.
Definitely.
It's not at that point when you find your own stuff. Yeah, I listen to people, meaning like seminars, and
that's how
let's say how Gord Pizer picks lake trout up north.
It's a good way to learn.
Yeah, it gives you ideas, but once you find out, which on your own is going to take you more time than say, hey, Sebastien, take me there.
Yeah,
I'm going to show you, but you're not going to learn anything.
No,
you're going to learn the spot. You're going to learn what I'm doing there. You're not going to be able to understand why I picked that spot, when they show up there, when that pattern works, because you can show up to that spot 2 weeks later, that pattern's completely gone. They went on top, now on bottom.
Yeah.
So when you find that on your own, man, it's so rewarding. That's like, yes, that wasn't like that today.
No, definitely not.
Yeah,
it's a whole different ball game, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot more work, but it's a lot more rewarding. And at the end of the day, it's like doing a project, man. You have to build a shed, and you call up Pauly V. Says, Pauly V, I need help building a shed. And he builds a shed for you. Yeah. You're not going to know how to build a shed if your buddy says we're going to build a shed.
Yeah, no, but like if he helps you,
you build a shed.
Yeah.
And you're going to know how to build a shed.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with fishing. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing.
Nah, I'm telling you, Outdoorsy Gal says, if not Tremblay's great.
Yeah.
If you go talk to Remy, says Sebastian's sending me. Hook me up. Go talk to Remy. Tremblay doesn't give me anything. Or go to Epps. Just as good. They have really good pricing. Or go to Cabela's. I mean,
usually for electronics, most places are the same. You'll find some outliers that are just have the prices absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, no. And Epps will match pricing of everybody.
Yeah.
I know Remy does as well. So is Cabela's. There's no need to drive down to Radio World and, I've had horror stories over there. Sorry. Yeah, there you go. Seb, does the spot you fish for Laker and Parry Sound freezes in the winter? Oh, yes, it does, but you got to be very careful. There's current there. They're a bit stronger than Simcoe. Deeper. There's 300 feet of water there.
Oh, yeah. Dorsal Bay's deep.
Yeah. And right by there, when we were fishing that, literally across, like at the point, is a sanctuary. You are not allowed to be there, and there's a lot of current there. Like, you're not going to see it. There'll be ice over it, but it's strong current, meaning if you'd be fishing it in 50 feet of water, you would mark your bait. It'd be gone. Like, it's not a strong current, but it'd move your bait. So you be careful around there. There's closer spots than going there. But, yeah, you can try it, 100%. They're everywhere in there. That was so much fun. Me and Ono went bass fishing. So I got some good bass in Parry Sound. Then it got really rough on the big lake. We came back in, had my transducer set up through haul. And I'm like, man, I marked some fish. I'm like, oh my God, there's some fish suspended here. We turned around and just laid a beating on Lakers.
Yeah.
And they're getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Every time you caught
that was so much fun. Who went out fishing this weekend? You went out.
We went out Friday. I went out Friday, Sunday. You did 3 days, right? You
Saturday, Sunday.
You did Saturday, Sunday. Yeah.
So that was good. And
next weekend, I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it out. Should get out during the week though.
Yeah, I can't. I gotta work. Yeah. So
that's all good. Me and Josh will get out.
Jamie Mota got his first Laker. Had a boy. Drew, I don't know if he's on here. Drew messaged me, caught a salmon, landlocked salmon, 4 pounds. That must be fun.
That would be a lot of fun.
That must be fun. But
one lake, man. It's got those landlocked salmon up here that I know of.
He's in Maine, though.
Oh, okay.
So he's got those brook trout and landlocked salmon. But what happens is, he was telling me, he's like, I had the salmon come up to my tube, but then it went away and it went on his tip up 10 feet away. If you're gonna set up a tip up, guys, put it further because you're going to confuse the fish. It's like fishing with 2 rods sometimes. It's confusing the fish more than anything. And then confusing you. You're giving the fish 2 options, 2 very different options. Instead of 2 lipless, you have a tube and a lipless, and it's like, Oh my God, we talk about this all the time. What am I doing? You know, have one bait down, less confusing. Yeah. So if we got more questions, we'll read into that. We did the beer review. We talked about the safety kit. How to look for new water on your lakes. I mean, the first thing I'm going to look is obviously on my computer the night before, even with tournaments, you know, before pre-fishing. And when I get to the lake, I'm like, I already have a plan. But what I'll look is I'll look at the Google Maps. I want to know how big the creeks are, where they're going. Because creeks, if you're on a lake that has no river, the fish will be around there. The minnows are spawning in there. The bass are going in there to spawn. The crappies will be around, like depending on what you're looking for. And then I look for those shoals. And, you know, there'll be different shoals. Those shoals, let's say the lake is 100 feet deep. There'll be shoals in 20 feet of water, and then there'll be shoals stopping at 40, and then shoals stopping at 60. You want to try those, and let's say you're catching them on the shoal at 40, well, then you eliminate all the other ones that are 20 and 60, and you just focus on the ones that are 40. That's if you're mobile, right? If you guys can do or both. You know, that's what we do bass fishing too. Like, I mean,
yep, same thing.
It's putting a pattern together. But a pattern is a multitude of things. Weather, water temperature, the fish's mood, bait color, bait speed, depth, current. Like, there's so much to it. That's why it's so much fun. We got another question.
Derek just added a good point to exactly what you were talking about, that oxygen is really important to find a good oxygen source.
Yeah.
For the fish. And then someone wanted to know if you use fish online for new lakes.
Well, the oxygen, every lake is different. So the minute you get into a lake and it's like got that red taint oxidized water, the thermocline will be really low on that lake, and those fish will rarely be under that thermocline at any time of the year. The lake Scott, I saw Scott. I didn't recognize him until he told me after. He caught a good crappie. We fished that lake early season all the time. It's big crappies in there, but it got overfished. That lake has a thermocline. In the summer, you are not catching anything below 5 feet.
Yep, they're all shallow.
Everything's shallow. In the winter, a lot of those fish are suspended. You know, and it's changed recently because some dams broke on the lake.
Yeah,
the beaver dams.
Yeah, I caught some off bottom.
Yeah, and there's more current, so it allows the oxygen to go to the bottom. So that's a very good point. Oxygen is never a problem on Lake Simcoe. You don't have to worry about oxygen. You know, you have to worry about a lake that's deeper, more water. And oxygen is created by what? The sunlight going through, right, and activating all the plankton, filtering all that. So if you got a really dark lake, it can be sunny outside for 20 days. You're 40 feet deep.
It doesn't penetrate.
It doesn't penetrate, right? So that's why on Simcoe, little tip, write it down. Early season, go deep. Plenty of oxygen at the bottom. And as the ice grows and the thickness grows, water penetration, the sun can get through the snow. Those fish will rise shallow as the sea. That's why those fish show up shallow. They don't show up shallow because it's warmer. It's because there's less oxygen, so the bait fish won't be there. So, yeah, it's a very good point there. Very, very good point. It's not about where the oxygen is. It's understanding what the oxygen does through the season. Yeah. We had another one there.
Did I say it? I mentioned it. They're talking about fish online.
Website. Fish on, man, that's one thing that bugs me the most, that fish online. It's so misleading. I mean, it says like Simcoe has brown trout and rainbow trout.
Yeah.
There's rainbow trout on Lake Simcoe because a pond stocked with rainbows broke in years ago. I mean,
I've heard guys catching browns in some of the creeks, but
those creeks communicate to Georgian Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing with brook trout. Like, I know personally.
No, there's definitely brook trout in Lake Simcoe, but they don't live there year round. Right? They just come in the lake in the winter and they go back in the creek as soon as the spring happens. Yeah. It's not something, you know, you go to the lakes and we went out, fished a back lake for New Year's Day. brand new lake, it tells you there's this, there's that, but there's other fish that are not on there.
Mm-hmm.
Like the MNR doesn't survey everything. They guesstimate stuff and they go by survey. The guy that has fished it once says, "Oh, I caught a burbot there," so they'll put it on there. I use it to give me an idea, but I'm only use it for stockings really.
Mm-hmm.
But let's say if I go for brook trout, rainbow trout in early season ice fishing or splake, I look at the stocking list. That's what I look on Fish Online. Otherwise, I don't 100% believe in it.
The stocking lists are important, but they don't seem to be quite
we fished
up to date either. But
we fished a lake, me and you, this summer. That long lake where you caught that frog that came out of the mountain. They said there's no largemouth in there, only smallmouth and pike. We caught no smallmouth, no pike, all largemouth.
All largemouth.
So I mean, yeah,
it's Fish Online. What's the other stupid one? Fish Brain. That one's just a spot killer, but it's good for finding info. That's for sure. I found a few lakes on there. It's a bit greasy, but it works.
Yeah, a lot of people talk about that right now. I mean, I use it, but look, Ontario Ashish says, I don't put any faith into it, but it led me to a new whitefish lake that ended up being a pickerel hunting hole.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. That's the Birdbox. That's finding new water. You find that on your own.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the fun part about finding those. Like, remember when we did this back lake, we went on my snowmobile for like an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Remember? And then we got to the back. I'm like, oh my God, that lake has never been ice fish. We get on the lake and I'm like, I bet you there's so many crappies in here. I dig a hole, literally dig a hole, and their graph is just stacked with fish. And I'm like, oh my God. I put my jig down. Boom. First fish crappie. It's like this big. And I'm like, we looked at each other. Oh my God. Put it back down. Not one crappie after that. They were all perched this big.
Mm-hmm.
And we fished a whole lake.
Well, it wasn't very big, that lake, but yeah.
Yeah.
We fished the whole lake. There was only one hole in it too, but.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Any advice on reading shoals better, or basically just Navionics in general? It can be a bit confusing.
Well, so when you read those maps, they'll have letters on them. So you got obviously the numbers. You understand that. There'll be letters on it. M, R, G, and C. M, R, C, S, and G. What does R mean? Rocks. So that means that's shoals. And it's not all marked like that. But on some of the maps, they'll tell you R is for rocks. It'll just be a R. It won't say rocks. It'll say R.
Mm-hmm.
What does G stand for? Gravel.
Mm-hmm.
S, sand.
Mm-hmm.
What's C stand for? Nobody's going to guess that one. You guys try guessing what C stands for. And then, did I miss one? M stands for mud.
Mm-hmm.
What does C stand for? I want to see if somebody can guess it. We'll skip over that. It's a hard one. C's a hard one. But it's a bottom composition. And it happens. No, Cora. I think that's only in salt water.
Cora.
Oh, shit. 1, 2 got it. Clay, man. It's clay. Actually, there's clay. There's a lot of that in Lake Simcoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. And to be honest with you, there's not much fish that relate to clay. Gobies can hide in that. Bloodworms can hide in that. Yeah.
How many of you guys Googled it?
That was pretty quick.
It was pretty quick.
Google comes out with it. Maybe Lexa. Lexa, what does C on Navionics mean?
Yeah.
By the internet. You know what? There's two things I got to talk about. Were you with me when we saw that flyers at the tackle store?
What are those? What do you mean?
The flyer?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay. Maybe we won't talk about it.
Why? What's up? Now I'm curious.
Buddy's texting me about it too. He must be watching the podcast. If you're watching the podcast, I have seen those flyers and we'll talk about it later. It's a guiding service and a flyer. It's a flyer and it's just
pretty. It's not good.
I don't know the guy, but you shouldn't put down a flyer. You should. You should. Like you're not gonna get clients anyway. Don't want to give any publicity to the guy. He's not a bad guy. I've never met him. Just it's not something you should put in the flyer for guiding. The most important thing that you see, like we talked about this every show. I know only one successful guy that does it full time. He doesn't do it in the winter.
Mm-hmm.
He's done now, right? Is insurance. That's why I do selective guiding. I own a business. My boat's commercially insured for guiding.
Mm-hmm.
So is my truck. If anything happens when somebody comes with me, you come with me, you decide to sue me, well, I got the proper insurance. Like if you were to pay me. A lot of guys I guide don't have that. And when you go with those guys, you're in that guy's, he's got your life in your hands. Like, how this lake can turn around.
For sure. Yeah. It's hard to trust people out there.
Who has seen the Dave Mercer video with that lady yelling at him?
You like that video.
Who has seen it? Give it a thumbs up to that video.
I've seen it. I usually don't watch videos like that, but I've seen it.
I mean, Dave Mercer's fishing in a bay. It's probably around the Kawartha Lakes in one of those back lakes. This lady just comes out. Oh, you bought that? Your dad bought that boat. Oh, that's a small bass. She's clearly crazy. But you know what strikes me the most into that video? Like, she's mentally, she's crazy. She's the kind of lady at a party, she has one glass of wine, and she calls everybody a piece of shit. Somebody's married to that, man.
Somebody's married.
There's no way she owns that house. Somebody's married to that. Somebody has to deal with somebody like that every day. Props to that guy.
A lot of rich, crazy people, man.
Oh, no, that lady, man. Like, you don't go on and chirp a grown man filming a show. That's a baby bass. First of all, it's a 3.5, 4 pounder. It's a good bass. She's like, that's a minnow. We catch way bigger. No, you don't. No, you don't.
She might have been talking too because she saw the camera. And she might have accomplished her goal.
To look like a retard.
She sounded pretty stupid. Like,
what would I have done if that was me?
You?
Yeah.
You would have turned around and told her to shut up.
She would have went back into her house, locked the door.
Yeah.
No. But sometimes it really depends on my mood, because if I'm fishing a tournament and we caught a good bag and we're doing well, I just
head down.
Yeah, because I know if I engage,
it screws with you the whole day.
Yeah.
You're mental.
But if I'm having a bad day, or I'm not having a good bag, or I'm having a good time, and I'm going into it. I'm digging. Like, no. Remember the time we showed up at this dock? It used to be our favorite dock on that lake. And we never caught anything big there, but we always caught fish. And tournament comes around, and me and you are like, we're going to go to that dock, and we're going to catch a good one there. And we go there, and the guy, first time ever we see him, comes out. He's like, yeah, you guys are looking for that big fish back there? I'm like, yeah? We don't know there's a big fish back there. He's like, yeah, we caught it last week. Somebody caught it. Like, it was so big, we called him the General. I'm like, oh, my God. Oh, that's funny.
The General.
The Dave Mercer video.
You got another question there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a few good questions that are back. People are typing fast, but I'm going through. Okay.
Yeah.
After a laker bumps a bait, should you allow the bait to flutter / act stunned or stick with a steady retrieve? That's from Nicole.
Oh, for lake trout, ice fishing? It really depends. Like, if you... No. Keep reeling. Because the minute those lake trouts are side feeders, and unless you're fishing a Tannic Lake, when you're fishing a Tannic Lake, they'll hit a tip up, they'll hit a tube dead sticking. I mean, how many lake trout have we caught on Lake Simcoe where you're not paying attention? And 90% of the time, you're not paying attention. Where you're just like this. You know me, I like to dead stick a lot, right?
Yeah.
But I don't catch them dead stick. I might have caught 2.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Very rarely.
Maybe.
You catch them dead sticking. You catch them dead sticking.
They see your bait, and it's always on a 2.
Yeah.
You're not going to catch one dead stick in a crankbait.
No, or swim.
They're going to go like, whoa, it has to move away. You got to create that you got to push her button to start her instinct of chasing that bait. Like, okay, that thing's running away from me, right? But the thing is on Simcoe, write us down. You have to have the right pattern as to when you need to know to move your bait. If you're moving it too early, depending on their mood, they'll dome. I call them doming. They dome back down. If you move it too late, they're like, well, I seen it now. You ain't got me on that one.
Yeah.
Right? But if you move and you understand when you need to move your bait at the right time, you're going to be a killer. We got another question.
Is there a certain time for winter that Kempenfelt is better? That's from Paul Hooper.
Kempenfelt is great opener.
Yeah.
We used to smash.
We used to do really
We're
well.
talking 20 to 50 fish days.
Season.
Like, sure, there's tough days, but Kempenfelt
for sure,
for the first month and a half is the juice for Laker. That's where there's the most Laker. At the mouth, depending on how the spawn went, I'm pretty sure the spawn went successfully early this year. They'll still be around Kempenfelt. And they're different fish. Like, you catch a fish in Kempenfelt compared to the shallow fish, they're different. They're silvery, they're fatter, they're more aggressive. Yeah. They strictly feed on herring and Cisco and I mean rainbow smelt and bait fish. The shallow ones, they'll feed on gobies, they'll feed on perch, they'll feed on baby whitefish, baby burbots, totally different fish.
Another question.
1, 2, I think Sail has those, Epps has those, and Trombley's has those. Another question.
Yeah. So, what's the best line for Lakers or just ice fishing in general? Would you tie on a regular fluorocarbon leader or ice braid?
I don't use ice braid. I just don't use. I'm going to tell you why. Because every spool that you buy from ice braid is 50 yard long.
Not long enough. What are you going to do with 50 yards?
Has these guys ever hooked up a Laker that does a 50 yard spool? You know how many Lakers I've hooked? And I'm like, I got a stopper. I got 150 yards here. I got a stopper. She's going to spool me out.
Because you're fishing deep a lot of times too, right?
Yeah, shallow too.
Yeah, oh yeah, shallow too.
You get her, like, sometimes they come at your bait, you're reeling, and she just gets it on the side of her cheek, right? She's got her mouth closed. You got 50 yards on 10-pound braid, hey, she's gone.
When she's just swimming?
She's gone, right? If a fish is able to fully close her mouth, she's much more aerodynamic. If you catch a fish with, like, when you catch a largemouth, she closes their mouth on the bait, they fight like crazy.
Oh, for sure.
Same with a smallmouth. So, I use 10-pound braid, 10-pound fluoro. That's all I use. Sometimes I'll use 12-pound if I know there's big Lakers around and they're not moody. But it's 10-pound braid, Power Pro regular. Don't mess with anything else. J braid a little bit. I tried J braid. Yeah, I like it, but it's. Yeah. I think Power Pro still. If Power Pro tells me 10 pounds, no, J braid's super soft.
Yeah, J braid's soft.
But it seems to be a smaller.
It's thinner than the Power Pro.
And it's from Japan, so if they say it's 10 pounds, it's 10 pounds. I know the Power Pro regular. It says 10 pounds. I'm pretty sure it's 30.
Oh, there's no way it's 10 pounds. You ever have the 5-pound Power Pro? You ever try and break the 5-pound?
Oh, no, I know. That's all I use for bass fishing.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's way too strong to be 5-pound.
Yeah.
And it's rugged to the Power Pro, like the original Power Pro. I'm not worried about it rubbing up against the ice and stuff like that. It's much more.
You want that 8-strand braid. You don't want that Suffix 832.
Nothing that's soft. Like if you use like a Power Pro Super Slick,
no,
I've never really tried it, but I find it doesn't really hold up to nicks and dings, right?
No, it's
not rugged like the original Power Pro.
Yeah.
Try the XL 10-pound.
I use. I've never used a Smackdown. I think it's expensive too. I mean, there's no reason for me to change from Power Pro.
I used to use a Seagar Kanzen braid.
No, it fades away real quick.
I don't like it.
No.
But that was years ago. I don't even think they make that stuff anymore.
I'm gonna go get. You want a water?
I might take a water for sure.
I'm gonna go get a water.
Yeah.
You keep them entertained. Keep your questions coming. We got a lot of content to talk about. You know, a lot of people ask me when the ice is gonna be ready. Tell us about our day today and what happened.
Yeah, it didn't go very good.
No,
we got up early.
Go ahead. Yeah, tell them what we did. What time we got up to go there.
We got up early today. I mean, we got some information on some perch fishing. Found some safe ice out there on Simcoe. Hopefully, we're gonna get out there and get some jumbos. It didn't turn out that way for sure. The winds really kicked up. It got cold out there. We had enough ice. It was safe. I'm gonna grab you a beer. I gotta drive home unless Alyssa's driving home for me. No, not driving home. All right. But yeah, we went out there. We went perch fishing. Got some info yesterday. Some guys were out there catching them, but out there had struggled to find fish. Didn't find very much deep water, but
nobody was catching them.
Nobody was catching them.
We literally got out there. We were the first one on the ice. Hey, my dude.
Thank you.
We were the first one on the ice, and one of the last one out. We left at 12. There's like 2 huts on the ice. Middle of the day, there's like 50.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody was catching.
Yeah.
We covered so much ground.
Fish too.
That's the high pressure, right? This is not a beer, guys. This is a kombucha. I love kombucha.
You drank it a lot this summer.
Yeah, it's good for you. Makes you poop.
Mm-hmm. You don't need any help there, bud.
Aaron knows all about my fucking shitting habits. He does. Aaron, go on a troll motor. Don't turn around.
If you've been fishing with Seb and he hasn't taken a shit while you were out fishing, I'm sorry. You haven't been fishing with Seb. It's like
every day.
It's like the christening.
Every day. I'm sorry. I got to. What am I supposed to do?
I'm not blaming you.
It's natural, man. I mean, dogs do it. Deers do it. I gotta go, man. I wonder how monkeys poop. I'm pretty sure I look like a big gorilla when I poop.
Big gorilla.
I'm gonna have to YouTube that.
YouTube that. We should do that video, bro.
Listen,
we will feed
when
you.
I go to the bathroom and I'm like, I gotta go. To me, going to the bathroom, like relieving myself, it feels good. It's like a stress reliever.
I can't believe we're talking about this right now.
When I go for number 2 on the boat, man, like it's a 10 out of 10, dude.
A 10 out of 10. So your last meal would be taking a shit off the boat.
No, if my last shit would be taking a shit on the towel bracket.
Shit. They go, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think they give you that option there, man.
This is a good one. Can you talk about how much pressure affects the fish?
What do you mean by pressure?
Pressure as in so many people and so many people taking fish and people taking fish out of season and just like not caring for the fish properly.
Well, then that's my opinion, guys. Doesn't mean I'm right into anything. I'm a very opinionated guy. I'm very strong-minded in certain areas. Pressure definitely affects the fish, especially for the fact that our natural resources management don't put back into the lake. They don't.
Yeah.
You go to the U.S., doesn't matter what lake you do, they stock the lake every year. Every year. We do for lake trout. We do for whitefish. We clearly don't have to for perch. What about the walleye in Lake Simcoe? Why isn't there a program for the walleye in Lake Simcoe? There's walleye in there. There's not many. They're giants.
They're huge.
What?
I heard stories of guys who used to ice fish them at the mouth of the Talbot River, the big walleye.
Yeah, but you got to do it the right time. Like, you can't do it past March 15th.
Mm-mm.
No. Too dangerous. It opens up. Barometric pressure definitely affects the fish.
Sure. Oh, definitely.
The moon phases and everything definitely affects the ship. But yeah, they only stock up put in take lakes, the MNR. Like there's so much bass tournaments in the Choruses, Skoogog, Gloucester Pool, Simcoe. Why don't you put
I mean, it's fished.
Oh yeah.
Why don't you put bass? You know, I'm happy we have a bass season. It shouldn't be open.
Not
You know, you see those guys, and obviously I'm a bass guy and a lake trout guy, but you see those guys catching a 20-pound laker on Simcoe, putting it on the ice. 9 times out of 10, he's wearing camel pants and a chartreuse construction jacket. It's true.
That's what I wear.
You're gonna tell me a 20-pound laker from Lake Simcoe tastes good?
Yeah, there's no way.
Oh yeah, it tastes great on the smoker. Listen, I can take a poop in the smoker and it's gonna taste good if you infuse cinnamon, whatever in it. That's my take, man. I might be wrong on this. You can smoke whatever you want, it's gonna be good. You're just lying to yourself. A lake trout from Lake Simcoe tastes like junk. Whitefish, delicious.
Yeah, whitefish is good.
Delicious.
Yeah.
You're never gonna eat a lake trout unsmoked from Lake
Yeah.
Simcoe. That's over 5 pounds.
Nicole knows all the guys with the camel pants and the chartreuse jackets.
Yeah, the guys that has his limit of whitefish and lake trout, but still fishes with a gaff every fish he hooks after that. Come on, dude.
Yeah, every fish you gaff should count towards your limit. If you
use a gaff and you only a third lake trout, and I see you do that,
if you gaff more than your limit,
I will film the whole thing. Oh man. Anyway.
Okay, so a quick question. Someone wanted to know about the barometric pressure. What do you look for when looking at that? It affects the fish, but do you know what to look for?
Well, we know high pressure is bluebird skies. They're usually high pressure system is enforced by a strong northwest wind for us. Like where we live in Canada, it's a northwest wind that comes in. That's a change of pressure. The forecast can tell you that. You know, I have Windfinder, Wind Guru, Weather Network, and I have a radar map, and I look at all those whether I'm ice fishing or on the wall. I checked it today. You told me, oh, it's going to be, the winds are going to be strong. We're fishing today. And what did I say? I said, nope, the winds from northwest, steady all day, 23 to up to 44. If anything happens, we're literally 50 meters from shore.
yeah.
We're going to be pushed on shore. Right? Now, if you're going to fish you know, all the ice that was on the Oro side is gone now. It's all crashed up onto the
Oh,
Gina.
for sure.
All that ice is gone. You know, so you got to use common sense. So, and when you look at that, it'll give you the pressure. So a low pressure system is within the hundreds, and a high pressure system is 102, 101.5 kind of thing. Pressure, whatever. So listen, today you would have told me we wouldn't have caught anything because the high pressure went out. I still wouldn't have went out.
Yeah, no, that's my take on it too. You can look at all these. You can look at the moon phases matters for positioning certain times of the day, but you can look at all of these, but you can't get discouraged by it. A day fishing is a day fishing. If you look at the weather and you go, oh, the fishing is gonna be shit, I'm not gonna go out. Right?
Yeah, somebody says gaffs are not illegal in Ontario. Well, it's just ethics. You know, you're gonna use a gaff because you're. Do I have the pliers here? I had them. Hold on.
Which ones? The Boca grips?
Here. Cheaper, lighter, more use out of it without arming the fish. Your fingers are away. It's not going to slip away. This is much cheaper than a gaff. We're not in 1970 anymore, right? We have technology that allows us to build this. You grab the fish, boom. You know, gaffing, you're going to release the fish. You don't know where you're going to hook it. I mean, you're already putting a hook through his mouth. I don't want to sound like a PETA guy, but a lot of us, we do catch and release, and we want to see our kids catching fish, right? How many times have you heard your grandfather say, or your father, oh, back in the days, we used to come here and catch 100 fish.
My dad didn't fish. My grandfather fished, but he fished
in mountains. Yeah, you won't see it here.
Oh, yeah.
But how many times have you heard that? Oh, nowadays you don't catch them. Why? The guy that tells you that, you tell him because you kept 100 when there was no one. Guys who keep 50 perch. What do you think about that?
It's
do you need 50 perch in your freezer?
Yeah,
If you go out once a year, the possession limit is 50.
Mm-hmm.
If you go and catch your 50 today, and you go back out tomorrow and you catch one, you put it on the ice, you're over your possession.
If you haven't ate any.
Yeah, if you haven't ate any.
If you've, yep.
So, crappie, same thing. I think they're the most sustainable, the most fish to sustain pressure. If you keep a big crappie, that really hurts their school. I think
agree
more than any other fish. And I'm not a crappie guy. It's just my feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Because they always winter in the same areas. You know, that's where they're the most vulnerable. They're all together.
Perch are very prolific breeders. Like perch, the amount of pressure Lake Simcoe sees for perch.
Jamie, you get 2 thumbs up for that. They can't see it, but I love you, my dude. Yes.
Hold on, I gotta show this.
Oh boy, I wouldn't have done
There we go.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. It's so true, man. It's so true. But anyway, it should be changed. I mean, you don't. For the guy that wants to eat, I'm a big guy. I want to get into hunting this year. I did all my certification. You know, it's all calculated. The hunting part is all calculated as a put and take. Like, not a put and take, but they know how many deers in the area. They allow you to shoot so many. They control the population like that. But for the guy, let's say he comes from Buffalo and gets out 1 weekend a year and he keeps 100 perch. Attaboy, good job.
Yeah.
If you're that guy that comes every day, there's no way. If you keep 100 perch every time you come, or even 50, that just means you're giving it to people. Giving it to people. I know guys that do that. They keep the fish and they're like, oh yeah, I'll just give it to my neighbor.
Yeah. My neighbor will take it. I don't want to eat it. My neighbor will take it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Cooch is gonna get hit hard. It's just lots of pressure this year.
We talked about this a few tournament guys. The pike are overtaking Cooch. From what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing.
No, I have to agree.
I'm not saying to kill them all. No. I enjoy fishing from, but they're everywhere.
And
now.
There's a lot.
It's a good, healthy population.
Big pike. They're not huge, but there's a lot of big pike. Like rarely ever do we catch one under 30 inches.
Yeah, I think Cooch though. What the guys are saying is they'll see a lot of pressure because it's not like Simcoe. Like you put a camera down in 30 feet of water in the spring or fall, or right now for perch. It's just carpeted with perch, and they regenerate so fast.
The bottom of
like for to make a 14-inch perch, it's like 2-3 years.
Mm-hmm.
To make a 14-inch crappie, we're talking 15, 18 years.
Yeah,
you know, so there's a big difference, right? I think Cooch, they don't regenerate that quick.
Yeah, I was gonna say they don't seem to have the same growth rate as they do on Simcoe. There's still big perch on Cooch, but.
Yeah, the dink perch. Like me, when I go out in the spring for perch, I try to keep only males.
Yeah.
I keep the males. They're easier to clean, you know, and I that's what I tell people. Like, would you rather eat an old fat cow or the young cow, the veal? Like, I'm sad to say, but the veal tastes better. You know what I mean?
We're going to talk about that now?
No, but it's just, that's my take. Like a smaller fish tastes better than, I'm not talking about women, you crazy guy.
No, I thought, no.
I'm not going to jail, man.
I'm not going to jail. No, we're talking about veal.
Yeah.
I'm not going to jail. Well, you got it all planned out if you did. You're taking a shit off a boat and you're getting poutine.
Yeah. Is there death penalty in Canada?
I don't think so. No.
Who? I had a conversation with a cop not long ago where, if you own firearms and somebody breaks into your house and they have a gun and you have a gun, if you shoot them before they shoot you, you're gonna do jail time. If you shoot them after they shoot you, you're gonna get away with it. How crazy is that? That's the society we live in now.
What if you blast a hole behind them?
But it's never gonna happen. But like, what if?
Yeah. If
Right?
someone comes in your house with a gun, most likely they're not coming to take your possessions, man.
Yeah. Yeah. Chasing the cougars is fun. The good old days are done, man. If they discharged the firearm first. Yeah. So we're trying to read some questions here. But yeah, man, it's we've enjoyed doing those podcasts. I know I haven't had many guests on. I kind of live far from everybody else, and even Aaron today, we fished. He drove back and came back. I really appreciate this. I kind of like doing it with Aaron. I mean, we always have stuff to talk about, experiences. Next weekend or the weekend after, we're talking about having Brian Johnson. He's probably out fishing right now, so he's not reading this.
He's always fishing at night.
Yeah.
He's the best night fisherman I know, man.
Well, and I don't know crappie like I know lake trout, but I fished a lot of crappie this year, and what I learned is there's two different kinds of wintering crappies. There's the weed crappies that hang out in the weeds in the winter, and then there's the deep bassin crappies. Two different fish. The deep bassin crappies, they'll hit moon phases. The weed crappies always hit at night.
Really?
Always in the dark, like at first dark.
They think they're more vulnerable, or
I was talking to that with Jamie about that too.
Yeah.
He's like, I got a pond full of crappies. They won't hit during the day. We put a camera down there, but if you go out now, you catch them. It's just, I mean, those fish are, maybe they have special eyesight.
Possibly. Maybe they're more conditioned to the dark and the weeds. I guess the deep.
You got to think that, like, the lake where we catch those crappies in, me and you.
Yeah.
I put a camera down there.
Yeah.
You do not see your bait.
No, it's dark.
Or 8-inch down.
No.
They got to be sensing those baits to come up.
It's dark. It's darker than the beard.
How do you recommend releasing deep bass and crappie right away? Picture right away. Otherwise, they get bloated and you got to fizz them. Yeah, definitely, release them right away.
Right away.
Yeah. Sign me up for duo. Seabass is the Laker god. No. There's plenty of guys that can catch them on Lake Simcoe. They just don't boast about it or post about it. I just enjoy making videos. I don't post my pictures anymore. I post it on Instagram for you guys to see it, but I don't go on the Facebook page and say I used to. I thought, I was happy. I wanted to share it with people. But
it's exciting at first, for sure.
I enjoyed making those videos.
Mm-hmm.
I sit down here and LB always chirps me. She's like, "You're doing it so fast. You already done that video." It takes a while.
Oh yeah.
But you guys don't see it. I got a bigger computer to do 4K. So over the years, I watched a lot of my old videos and they're coming along. Not as fast as I want to, but they're getting better and better. And it's a lot of time. Like, I was fishing with Josh in the afternoon yesterday, and he's like, "Man, you're lugging all these cameras." I have a backpack. I have a tripod that this camera stands on.
A lot of work.
Yeah, I have a drone. That alone, all these three things, is bigger than your tackle bag.
For sure, 100%.
And heavier.
No doubt. Yeah, and I've got a big tackle bag.
Yeah.
Maybe not my ice box, but.
And chargers. I have cables in that bag, man.
That's what, I loaded my stuff today, and I was like, okay, I got to load this right. And I looked at it, I was like, why do I have so much space? And I thought, because I'm used to loading it with you. When I load it with you, you've got all your camera stuff.
Yeah.
It takes up half the sled, man.
Yeah. But it's fun, man. I got the light now follows me everywhere. Oh, let's show that light again.
You like that light. You show that light every time.
Man.
You got a question?
Yeah, everyone wants to know about a small derby, or there's something about.
Oh, the Tournament of Champions.
Yeah,
that's the
an
one.
ice tournament.
Or that Ron Shepard's putting on from True North. Tournament of Champions. Have you heard about that? You gonna participate in that?
No, because I'm a Laker guy, man. The minute the lake freezes,
You know, fish it for perch.
yeah.
Fish.
And to me, no disrespect to Ron, I like one-day tournaments.
Mm-hmm.
It's cool. It's really cool. But I like the one-day tournaments. Does the perch have to be alive?
I'm not sure how.
If the perch have to be alive, I like it.
I forget how it works because I know you're. Yeah.
Guys wanted to do lake trout tournaments, and they're like, but lake trout tournaments that you can run a gun everywhere. That means you got to kill that lake trout.
You got it. Yeah, I was gonna say that's gonna kill a lot of.
So if you're allowed to weigh in a dead lake trout, what does it say that the guy's not burying it in the snow a week earlier?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it'd be cool to have lake trout tournaments though, like major league fishing. You got a ref with you. That I would do. We should set it up. You guys want to set it up? That means we got to have the hard part is not getting the participant. It's getting the refs.
The refs.
So that means, let's say Alyssa wants to be a ref. Now, I don't mind Alyssa comes with me.
Yeah.
But another guy, the old timer that's got all his spots, is gonna be like, well, I don't know her. I don't want to show her my spot. So he wouldn't come, and there wouldn't be enough refs. So you got to keep it small, like 6 guys.
Me and Josh will be refs. Give us your skidoo, and you call us up if I caught a fish. We'll burn over there. Verify
and
it.
I could be a ref. We could be refs.
The way I say is major league fishing style. So she's a ref. Let's say she's paired up with you. You're fishing. So she has her phone. Technically, she couldn't be with you because you're friends. Mm-hmm. What I'm saying is she would have to be with someone she doesn't know. Let's say she doesn't know you. She would have a phone and she would say, Aaron, 1 laker, 28 inches.
Mm-hmm.
Aaron, 1 whitefish. That would be cool.
Yeah.
I'd be up for. I mean, we've done challenges like that, me and Steve, before.
Yeah.
It was fun.
And you can do it like between you and Steve. It's an honor system, right? But,
yeah.
I think we should do it.
Yeah, it's just a lot of work, right? I already organized 2 tournaments. Like, it's a lot of work. Did you come to the bass tournament?
No, I was working, remember? I wanted to, and then Nicole and Ronan, they got to help.
Yeah.
I was
appreciate their help. Nicole, thank you very much. And you know, Aaron, your dad. It was really,
my dad enjoyed it. He wore my guide wear.
It's a lot of work. And then guys don't show up, and then they call you at 9 a.m. Do you mind if I come? Bro, I saw your pictures on Facebook when I woke up at 4 a.m. like everybody else. You were still drinking?
Yeah.
And you're bitching, I'm not letting you enter the tournament that you prepaid. I'm sorry, bud. Be pissed at me. 1 sec. 1-2 says, Seb, we want to do a group buy duos. First, I can't do that. I'm sponsored by Duos, so I can't do that. If you want to do that, you would have to go to Epps, who has Duos, and say, look, I want to place a big order. Can you give me a deal? He will give you a deal.
Does Epps got those, their crankbaits? Do they get them restocked?
They do. You just got to bother Corey. You're just going to hate me for that.
Corey, hit me up. I need some of those crankbaits, man. I lost my Laker box, dude.
Where is it?
I don't know. When I moved, it got lost.
Oh, this guy, man, he's worse than me. I have a lot of fishing stuff, but I don't move. But this guy, I mean, didn't you give a box to somebody with a brand new reel in it, thinking it was just a box or something?
No. That was Ronan. Ronan found that. He's like, oh, there's in my in the box. There's a Corrado on it. There's a Corrado K box. He opened it up. And he's like, is there anything in here? I'm like, oh, no, there's nothing in here. Opens it up, it's got a reel in it.
Brain you never use.
Okay. I was like, he's like, can I have it? I'm like, no, you can have that other one there, though. I was like, thanks for finding it. Actually, I don't think I gave him a reel. I meant to get him. I'm going to give him one of my old flipping sticks.
Nato says, I don't need deals. Can I get the chartreuse? The chartreuse is called Tennessee shad. And they don't make it anymore.
They don't make it anymore?
No.
Ron had some from True North.
He had 3 of them. People were fighting over them at the ice fishing show the year before.
Oh, no.
Tennessee shad. So what you can do is you buy the white one and you paint it green and orange at the bottom. It's crazy to think that when that bite was on. Because last year I caught a couple. I caught my biggest lake trout on a lipless, if I remember well. You guys can correct me on that if I'm wrong. There wasn't that Tennessee shad, but that 1 year, if you didn't have that Tennessee shad color, that chartreuse duo, you were not catching. You were not catching like that thing. It was insane, but it's only that year, right?
Yeah.
Who knows what this year is going to be?
Yeah, it's always different.
Would you have think that Drifter would have been the bait last year?
Definitely not.
It was the bait last year. No doubt.
Yeah. Wouldn't have guessed it.
Would you imagine? Like, that's crazy, man.
It's crazy. It's not.
So what is it going to be this year?
It's probably something we've never seen. You know what it's gonna be?
It's gonna be one of those Canadian-looking fruity flies over there.
That one.
And when I say Canadian, I
That's
say
a
abs.
popsicle. Abs?
That's color, man.
That's like the. I'm not gonna say it because they're. Yeah. No, never mind. Someone else's colors.
We got 100 people watching right now. We got lots to talk about still. Don't hesitate to give it a thumbs up. And if you really enjoy this, share it on your social media.
The clickbait. Everybody wants to see us with the blindfolds on with the Birdbox title, man.
Don't give it a thumbs up. Smash that thumbs up button, that like button. Subscribe it on your social media. That'd be awesome. Not subscribe, share it. That'd be awesome. Being able to, go on there because we don't have time to share it. Every time I press live, it doesn't give me a 30-second window. What are you reading on there? What are you reading on there?
I was laughing at the no more blindfolds. I was gonna make a joke.
Drew, we just talked about you about 30 minutes ago. Drew caught his personal best landlocked salmon. He sent me a picture. And that's one thing I want to do. You guys should tag me into your picture or put the hashtag Seabass Outdoors and show me your PBs. I want to see that. Unfortunately, on my Instagram, I don't follow many people because I don't want to follow fishing people. I follow other stuff.
It gets very saturated.
The stuff I follow I do so much fishing that when I want to get home, I don't want to see fishing. It sounds selfish or anything. I mean, you're like you. This kid fishes never watches my video. He doesn't watch my video.
That is a
right. So it's the same thing. Like when I get home, I want to watch. I got cooking videos I want to watch on Instagram, NHL, NFL videos. UFC videos I like to watch. I don't unfortunately follow fishing stuff.
I don't watch. I used to watch a lot.
It kills my vibe.
I used to watch a lot.
But I want to see your guys' fish, your PBs. Like Drew sent me a picture today. That's pretty cool. I didn't know there's landlocked salmon, and he had a tip up really close to him. We talked about this. His tip up was so close that it was confusing the salmon.
Really?
Hell yeah, man. His tip up was like 10 feet away.
Oh, okay.
So the salmon hit his tube twice.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh, squirrel, and went to that tip up.
Yeah.
Right? Which is, you still caught it. But if that tip up wasn't there, that salmon would have ate that tube.
Yeah. For sure. I don't watch any fishing videos now, man. I used to watch Scott Martin. I used to like Scott Martin.
That one with that chirping kid.
Okay, that was pretty funny.
That was funny.
That was like me when I was that age.
Yeah.
That's basically how I met Sebastien. I was talking shit to him and he picked me up on the dock and we went fishing. And
You're so quiet, man. You wouldn't say nothing.
I wouldn't have said anything.
So Pete wants me to rate my kombucha. It's a kombucha, Brew Doctor kombucha from Costco.
Costco.
I mean, kombucha's kombucha to me.
There's no like bourgeois brand.
Mm-mm.
No, nothing. I'm gonna get the most expensive kombucha, and you can do a kombucha review. I don't know how to pronounce it properly.
28 pounds lake trout ice fishing is my PB. Attaboy.
That's a big lake trout. You know what's gonna happen next year? The list is gonna go.
Who watches Henry Washchuk fishing the flats?
Oh gosh.
Who does? Who does? Let me know. If you do, don't watch my next cooking video.
Oh no. He wanted to go fishing with you, didn't he?
He did. 3 years ago.
Italo, you were gonna go fishing with Italo.
I did.
You did go fishing with Italo.
Yeah.
We're not talking about that.
Good guy. Just some ethics I didn't like, but there used to be buddies, Henry Washchuk. So Henry Washchuk, I'm at work, calls me. Hey, Sebastien, it's Henry Washchuk fishing the flats.
That's pretty good.
I'm like, okay. He's like, yeah, we're on Lake Simcoe. We're having a bit hard time. We're having a hard time. You mind putting us on some smallmouth? I got the Maple Leafs goalie with me. I'm like, oh yeah, what's his name? Because I don't follow Maple Leafs. And
And I Google, I'm like, I don't recognize the name. I Google it. It's like from 1984.
Oh, for sure.
I'm like, oh, okay. And he's like, well, like if you come, we want to go fish Lagoon City for bass. And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pass on that. You call this guy, he's gonna hook you up.
Someone's been talking to our buddy too much. Who wants to fish there?
Lagoon City for bass. Okay.
Our crappie fishing, walleye catching buddy.
I got the best fans. Look at all the trash talking there. Henry and Italo would watch with my old man every Sunday. Didn't they get caught poaching bass or catching bass off beds off season? That's why they don't fish anymore together.
That's what I heard. I mean, I don't want to really get into that, but that's what I heard, and I've heard. I don't want to get into that.
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
A whole new.
Henry Italo got busted for poaching and think they ratted on each other.
Oh, for sure. You know what they did? They probably had they probably had him in two separate rooms. I won't ding you on it if you rat on the other guy. Both of them snitched on each other.
Italo probably went, oh, Henry's drunk anyway. He's not gonna remember him tomorrow.
Yeah. That's pretty funny. The Costco bottled water. You know what? Usually it tastes like water. Deb's kind of smells like whitefish though.
This one's good. I like buying this one because it's 35 instead of 24.
I only drink Fiji water.
Fiji water?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sounds like you recycle your pee when you drink Fiji water.
Bear Grylls, dude. He's my idol.
Bear Grylls. That's another phony guy.
Bear Grylls?
Google Bear Grylls. He's got so many phony videos where it's all set up. You know where he's like walking on lava and all that stuff? You see that one?
I've only seen him eat bugs and drink his own pee.
No, he's walking on lava and there's literally tourists behind him. It's like a site, but he's like saying it's like one of a kind. They've never seen this, but it's just sightseeing, like what they're doing. Anyway.
Well, Bear Grylls, he came in. When he did his shows, he had a camera team with him. And they openly, I think, had that. If I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I show all these. A lot of these comments don't show. Seb, I dare you to lip yourself. What does that mean?
With that? Do it. Do it. No, yeah, there you go.
It fucking hurts, man. No. Almost, I was on the breaking point of closing it, but no.
Yeah.
Maybe I know.
Your nose. That wouldn't be fun. You got to do it like right in the.
Yeah, it hurts, man.
Oh,
we got muscles.
Did I ever tell you about the time I was fishing with James, not James, but James? You know, with the aluminum on Georgian Bay when we did what we'd be coming after my second. I don't know, but
third or second,
second or third. I was tying a knot. I was kind of screwing around that day, and I was tying a knot in the line-to-line knot, right? A uni knot, and I had it in my mouth. And I cinched it down on my tongue. But like it was on there so good that it hurt, right? And then the first thing I was like, oh, I can just pull it off, but it was stuck. So I'm like, what's going on?
And James is a great guy. Yeah. He probably didn't know.
He was freaking out. He's like, what's going on? He's like, the knot is stuck on my tongue.
Oh, it's funny. Oh, man.
It wasn't fun. It hurt way more than I thought, too, dude. The little knot stuck on my tongue.
Oh, the fishing community is so small. Everybody knows who's who. Yes. 100%.
It seems big, but...
It's too bad. What happens to the chat when we finish this? This is a good podcast, guys. Give it a thumbs up. I hate saying that, but I see 48 likes and there's 101 people watching. A lot of the haters watch.
Yeah, a lot of people watching too. Like Paulie always watches this.
Yeah.
He won't go on my YouTube account even though I tell him.
So he doesn't know how to like.
So he can't like it.
Right?
Oh,
I think it's hard to like through the phone too as well.
Yeah. And I think
one thing, guys, is we're on iTunes. We've been on iTunes since we started this. Episode 8 is not on iTunes or Podbean yet. Because I'm having issues with YouTube. YouTube won't let me download my own video. There's an error. It's corrupted. I've tried with all 4 computers that I have. It just won't let me.
Too.
Yeah. Maybe it's trying to save me. I was pretty hammered in that podcast.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
apologize, but for me, it was my party New Year's Eve with everybody.
Yeah.
I don't party New Year's Eve. I really don't drink.
No, you don't. And I can vouch for that.
Oh,
well, I think everybody else could. Never mind. I'm not going to say anything.
Lady Bass lost a giant walleye on a Z Viber yesterday, sticking to a treble. But the treble won't help you either. It's a small bait into a big fish's mouth. I mean, you're going to the Z Viber, what I found with it, it's my favorite bait right now, ice fishing.
Mm-hmm. You caught a lot of fish.
I caught a liquor on it too,
a lot. Really?
The thing is with the Z Viber, you don't set the hook right away.
You have to let him in.
You get hit.
It's not a treble.
Let him hit. Yeah. It's a different bite. Don't put a treble on that.
It's a small hook, like a treble. A treble is a small gap too. The Z Viber hook's a small treble, but it's still a single hook. You got to let him take it, and set the hook, and you're gonna lose fish every once in a while. It doesn't matter what it is. You have the best hook out there.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to be careful with it. That's the downfall of the Z Viber, but nobody else makes a bait like that.
It's a nice bait. Like
if I was a bait manufacturing company, I would do a Z Viber out of tungsten. What's up?
Yeah, that would work good. That'd be very good.
You got a question? No. Let's talk about the jig heads I bought at Cabela's. The Northland told me not to buy them.
No, the ones that were only painted on the one side.
You want a low rating? I'm not even going to give you a 1 on that HT. Is that HT?
No, Northland.
I'm buying these little jig heads. They got that 3D eye on one side. I'm like, oh man, I like those. Like, this is going to be sick for crappie and perch.
You got to glue them together.
You take them out of the pack. The other side is just white.
How do you think those things are going to fall too? I think they're going to roll those things. I
don't care how it falls. I mean, that right there made me. I'm not buying that stuff anymore.
No, I like some of the North.
Nah,
it's
John.
Good.
Like good you got me. I was a fish on that one. You got me.
Yeah.
I ain't buying no more.
You just wait till
I ain't buying.
I break out the airplane jig, bro.
It's called Freedom Tackle. The turn back shad. There's your airplane jig.
No, the airplane jig. It's the most ridiculous thing.
I know. It's just got wings and it goes.
Yeah.
So is a tube though.
It's basically like the
tube has more action.
It is the most ridiculous bait I think I've bought in the last 2 years, and I buy a lot of ridiculous bait. I love buying stupid things, and you know it. I love fishing with them too.
LB, if you're fishing with a Z Viber for big walleye, you came out when we were fishing those walleye. Use that Rapala jig and wrap. The smaller one, the size 3 or 4.
The rip
it's got it's got 2 treble hooks on there, so just a bit bigger.
Slur jig.
Always slur jig. You guys want to talk about the ice on Simcoe, when it's going to be ready? It's super cold out right now. We don't know when it's going to be ready. It's super windy. The forecast looks a bit windy. It's only cold at night. It's great when it's cold during the day and at night.
Wrap, that's one that's more similar to the Z Viber.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be cold this week and up to the end of next week. I think it's supposed to get pretty cold, but
Euro Tackle is where you can buy the Z Viber, or me at the show. Any more questions? Load up the questions. We're going to slowly, not yet, start wrapping up this podcast. We've got about 25 minutes left. Thanks to everybody who gave the effort and gave a thumbs up. Truly appreciated. Anybody that shared the video, thank you very much. We got a bunch of questions from you guys coming. Anything, ask your question. I try to answer everybody. Any update on the Kevin won't get together? It's going to be mid-February. We need safe ice. That's the main thing. Once that ice is going to settle, we can set up things. So, yeah, we got to wait for safe ice. Even the perch ground, like today, it was sketchy in some spots.
Yeah, I felt okay on that ice. it seemed
It's
pretty.
just a wind.
The
Made you a bit iffy.
wind made me iffy. I didn't like the fact that there was that much wind out there. Where we were, it was fine. But I wouldn't have, if it was an open lane, I wouldn't have been out there. It was interesting today. I seeing the variance in ice for when you could see where the old ice was that was pushed in.
Oh, but I told you the minute I saw that, I
Yeah.
said it's going to be a foot of ice there.
And there was a foot of ice.
Yeah.
It went from 4 to a foot.
Yeah.
In one step.
But, Grant's saying next weekend 100%. Here's the thing. The Laker grounds, unless it's fully frozen, then you can go fish Lakers everywhere. If it's not, you pretty much only have Campenfeld. Otherwise, there's a risk you get pushed out to the lake. If the wind turns around or anything, right? Max Domi taught kid's sick player, but he should be a Leaf. Well, he's Canadian. I'm pretty sure he's more happy to be a Habs player than a Leafs player. He would get so much pressure in Toronto.
All the Toronto players get a lot of pressure, man. Even look at Nylander.
They're doing good this year, man.
They're doing good this year.
But offense don't win you playoffs.
That's what they all say in every sport. They're a sick team this year, man. You got to admit, they're pretty sick, dude. They're a fun team to watch. Early season, man. That was a sick team.
Thanks, Drew, man. I appreciate, man. We'll definitely let you guys know. I know Craig too offered to give his sausage and everything, so not with your the Otter Lodge, the resort. I could put a tiller on that. It's so big. But you know what I brought up today? I brought up my lodge, not the resort.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like the lodge better.
Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah. Bench seat's better, so much
I like
better.
the bench seat, too. I sat in the bench seat today. I was like, I don't miss the chairs.
Yeah.
It seems like...
I slept in there today, man.
Did you?
Hell yeah.
Why did you do that? In between when you were talking shit to us?
No, I was busy catching 15 inches, man.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah.
No, I slept when I went back shallow after I fished a mud flat with you.
You're the only guy who can talk shit and sleep.
Because I don't know what the hell. Well, Jay, I'd love to do that, but I need somebody that's able to do it with me and it's going to record. And once the challenge is over, they're going to let me post a video because that's what happened in the past. We would do challenges and I'm like, oh, I'll post a video because the person lost. It's true, though. It's true.
I don't think I've won.
We did like 4 winter challenge. We only posted 1.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like me and James, our buddy James. We have a belt within friends.
Yeah.
And man, I'm the guy that lost the most in the whole group. It's not about winning. It's just the fun during the challenge. I don't care losing.
Mm-hmm.
We're looking here. I'm just looking at some of the stuff here. Ice can disappear in minutes in front of my place on Simcoe. Yeah, it's unless she's fully locked up, and she needs to be locked up 6 inch or more. Last year on opener was crazy. That was great. That was scary. I was fishing community grounds, and it started singing and everything, and guys were leaving. And me too. I was like, I'm gonna leave soon, right? I don't want to be stuck alone here if something happens. Not that if anything would happen on the ice, people would be like, "Oh, we're gonna help each other."
Yeah.
Don't trust anybody other than your close friends, right? Like if you go through, I'm gonna come help you, or vice versa.
Yeah.
Just somebody you don't know on the ice, go lend them a hand, but don't expect them to come help you.
Yeah. No, you gotta keep your head up, and you gotta fend for yourself. Really, like. You got to help anybody you can, but you got to make sure you're getting out there safe.
Yeah.
Right.
It's safety, especially like since what happened with Kevin. It was such a freak. We talk about it all the time. It's such a freak accident that
nothing should have went wrong, or imagine in bad conditions.
Yeah.
Right.
It's perfect.
You know, I think about it often. Like when we all went up lake trout fishing, I'm like, if I go through these fucking guys, you, Josh, and Marcus, I'm like, they're not pulling me through, right? I'm going through first because I'm 100 pounds heavier, right?
Yeah,
I'm 240 pounds.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's something you think differently when you think of that stuff, right? And I think too, like, what if I go ice fishing with you on my sled and whatever, I get a heart attack?
Yeah.
You know, like I'm like, oh, is he gonna be all right? Like, is he gonna be able to help me out? You got to think about all these things, right?
Yeah.
Because like, once you're on Lake Simcoe, although you left your house, I'm lucky to leave my house most of the time. I fish Simcoe, 50% of the time, but
more than 50 once it's open. 100%.
Yeah, but once you're in the middle of Lake Simcoe, man, you're in the jungle. It's a desert out there.
Mm-hmm.
And believe me, your phone, if it was working, say, by the islands, by Snake Island, like let's say Longshore, the next day, that phone the cell service can be off. I've had it happen so many times. So many times, different zones at different time of the day. I guess it's the way they triangulate. They don't match up at certain time of the day. That lake's big, man. It's a big lake.
Yeah.
You can see across when you're in the middle, right? It's unless there's light on the other side. Yeah, when the ice broke up because of the wind. And guys are like, that was crazy, man. If someone does something stupid, I'm not helping. I'll call 911. If it's a freak accident, I'll do everything I can. Yeah, I get what you're saying. The thing is, let's say somebody goes through, like on a boat or on the ice, goes through the ice. They're in panic mode. If you go help them, they're going to use you to get over. They're going to panic. They're going to drown you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
To me, I'm not helping you until you calm down. Because I had an incident. Well, remember when we rescued those kids, you and me? Yeah. Me and this guy rescued 3 kids. That was crazy.
Yeah.
The fire department wouldn't put their boat in the water. They're like, it's too windy. And I'm like, what are you talking about? We had to go rescue those kids. But a while back, it was ice out on Lake Eugenia. Is that close to our town, right? Eugenia? That lake anyway. It was partially open. You could canoe in the back bays, but it was still cold in the lake. I was out canoeing with my friend, and this guy was drunk with his girlfriend. And you know, it wasn't May 24. It was like first week in May. Like ice was just starting to break up. It was nice outside, but once you got on the lake, it was cold. Anyway, they tipped the canoe. They were both drunk. She swam back to shore. This guy tried to get in our canoe. He was freaking out. I grabbed the paddle and I swung on him. I said, if you put me in the water, I'm going to leave you here calm, right? And he's like, okay. And he got in the boat and he got rowdy. I took the paddle again. I hit him with the paddle. I said, calm down, man. I'm not going in for your dumb ass. Like when people go into like a state of panic, they become animals, right? They're not controlled by their brain anymore. They're like, it's all adrenaline. Adrenaline takes over, right? So you got to be careful when you try. Always got to assess the situation, right? Who can help you? What are the next step? Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. Jeremy Scott said he just got here. Did either of you fish today? We did fish. I had a logjam. Everybody I talked to had a hard time.
Yeah, it was tough out there today.
Yeah, it was tough. You know, guys were catching a lot of fish there. I had some really good friend, my buddy Ono, catching perch. Said, "Oh, you should go do that." And we were gonna go fish for walleye, but I said, "Sure." Hey, Seb, who sells the old lipless in this saga? Go see ProJace. Say Sebastien sent you, please. Say, yeah. In need if I have floating anchor, rope, and buoy. Yeah, that was crazy. Remember fishing tournaments? And you're literally fishing picnic tables in their backyard.
Was that?
Quinny when it was.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I remember that.
That was fun.
What did I fish with you then?
Yeah, it was an open tournament.
Oh, that's right. That was an
Yeah.
open tournament. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
The water was so high.
Yeah, we didn't do great, but
No. Yeah, but hypothermia. So when you go on the ice, and that's coming from a firefighter, he's probably watching the podcast. Matt Campbell, you have 1 minute. You got to settle down, relax before you come out, and then you have 10 minutes to get yourself out. After that, your muscles are not going to react. Hypothermia doesn't set in; it takes half an hour. Right? Don't worry about hypothermia. Calm down. Don't get a heart attack because that's what happens when you go through. Your heart just goes through the roof, right? Adrenaline, and guys go crazy. They get water in their mouth. They drown. That's how people die going through. It's not because they can't get out. Calm down. Okay, I'm gonna get out. You get out. That's when it gets cold. Is when you get out, right? And they say now, that's what Matt was saying. Is now don't undress the person. Keep him dressed, right? Keep him dressed unless you got warm clothes, right?
Mm-hmm.
But keep him dressed. If you get hypothermia, they send you to the hospital and they warm IV bags to your veins. That's crazy, eh?
Yeah.
And if they got to do that, more likely, like the chance of you not making it are really high. It's crazy.
Stocked brook trout. How do you fish stocked brook trout lakes in the winter?
We don't target them because they open so late or they're so far from us, right?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
talked
Up
about
north.
it.
Up
But
north.
stockfish, I talked about this with Greg today. Stockfish, they're retarded. They're not.
Some of those stock.
No,
brook
they're
trout, though,
retarded.
They've been in there long enough that they become
Yeah,
more
but
wild.
they're still retarded. They don't spawn well. They don't react the same. A stock lake trout from Lake Simcoe and a natural, totally different fish.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, I believe that.
Totally
Same
different
thing with the
fish.
whitefish. The whitefish are very different too. You can tell.
Yeah. So same with those splake. Like we were talking about splake today with Craig. Splake, I mean, they're the most retarded fish out there. They'll hit anything. They'll hit a fry. They'll hit a minnow. They got hand fed for a year. It's not a natural fish in the wild.
No.
Right? They don't reproduce. It's a brook trout mixed with a lake trout. I mean, our trouts are already crazy. Now you're taking two things, putting them together. You're making them even more crazy. They're really hard to pattern. They're easy to get on a lake that doesn't have much pressure and, hasn't seen much pressure and they're hungry. There's not enough food. Like you'll go get your limit, especially on an opener. But as the season goes, it gets harder and harder. Yeah, a lot of those fish, like Greg, they're just playing with your bait. Like those fish are just like baby dogs, baby cat. They want to play, right? Sometimes it's not about hitting the bait. Same with the Simcoe Lake trout. They'll come up and you see them in the hole, like they have fully hit the bait with their mouth closed.
Just knock it.
Just playing with it, right? Those fish sometimes it's not about eating. It's about, that's what they do.
Mm-hmm.
They're animals. We all like to play. All like to play. A 10-year-old dog will still like to play, right? So those grown lake trout, they'll play too. They'll play with the bait. They'll play with their food. That's their instinct.
Mm-hmm.
One, two, good question. I'm not answering that one, my friend. There's not more lethal. It's the guy that keeps his limit every time he goes out. That's more dangerous.
Are we talking panfish or game fish?
For who? About what?
1-2 is question.
For Lake Simcoe? Yeah, I can't answer that question,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
answer that question.
Guy on the right just wants to go home.
Me?
Yeah.
I'm getting tired, man.
Hey, we've been up since 4.
Yeah.
4 a.m. Legit.
Yeah.
What time did you get up at?
4:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4:30. Yeah, I woke up at 4.
Yeah.
I mean, and the day before.
You were up early.
Yeah.
I was up early. Actually,
it's hard for us to do those podcasts on Sunday nights, but it's easier for us to do it at the same time.
Yeah, it's easier. Schedule-wise, I don't work. I can work
hard. Like guys who fish every day, I mean, they don't get up at this time we do. Put in the time. Like I get up early, and
you know, I got to edit videos, and most of the time I do it during the week. But when I come home, I got to unload all my SD card into here.
Mhm.
That takes an hour.
Mhm.
And I got to go tie my lines. You know, next Friday, I got to work. I'm going to come home, and then Ono comes down. I got to spend 3 hours on this sled.
Mhm.
We just bought a sled, and I'm going to get it rigged, and then we're going to go catch big trout and whitefish if it's
Nice.
frozen. So. And just look at it. Yeah, that's the same thing with perch. Anytime, Peter, anytime. What's my favorite lure for walleye? I'm not a big walleye guy. I really enjoy lipless.
Lipless works good.
Yeah,
Spoons.
especially
I like
now that
spoons.
they make tinier size. I really enjoy that.
Yeah. Yeah, the tiny lipless.
Yeah,
for sure.
the smaller lipless, the Z Viber, little spoon tip with a minnow, but yeah. John Jones, small suckers, good for dead bait. By the way, Red Bull's your friend. Yeah, but I want to go to sleep too, right?
Yeah, if I had a Red Bull, I wouldn't be. I'd be wired.
Lindy Wally Talker. It's funny. The good old Lindy rig.
The Lindy rig.
The Barry Wall has a team of assassin. Nothing goes back. That's the White Bucket Brigade. I tell Aaron, like you see them, they sit on the bucket, and then they have a bucket beside them. Doesn't matter who, right? We're just calling them the White Bucket Brigade. Like, and it swims, it goes in the bucket.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, goddamn. Isn't there a guy on the Facebook group that eats what do you call them? They hang out to salmon. The lampreys.
Lamprey.
Remember, he saw it on Facebook. He was eating a lamprey. Then he says he wants to taste cormorant.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I
Oh,
know. I
man,
know
no.
someone. Yeah, that said he wanted to.
No.
Yeah.
Chicken wraps and buckshots. Yeah, they're good. They all work. They all work for walleye. All work. Guys, we're going to wrap this up. This boy wants to go. I need to go to sleep. Thank you so much for all the support we've been getting on this podcast. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
it's honestly,
we got the best podcast in Ontario fishing.
That depends on who you ask, but
who do we ask?
I don't know. You asking me?
I look at the other ones. Nobody gets 1,000 views on their podcast. 2 hours.
I don't look at the other ones. I don't watch your videos. Think I'm watching someone else's podcast?
It's tripping me.
I don't even watch my own podcast, dude. I don't want to listen to me talk.
But thank you so much, guys. From there, it's only going to grow. You know, as it grows, there'll be more guests and all that stuff. Everybody that gave a thumbs up, that shared these videos, thank you so much. That's how you help me take 2 hours out of my day and then some more, his time, to set up. Like, you guys don't see it. There's a camera on a stand. There's a monitor right here. My computer's pushed out. The monitor's on that ladder. We got lighting over there. I made this wall for you guys. All this, you guys liking the video, sharing, and watching, that's why we do it. Thank you very much. We will see you guys on the ice soon. Stay tuned for my Cooking with Seabass video coming out Thursday. I think it's coming out Thursday, maybe Wednesday. I might do it Wednesday.
You can do it Wednesday?
6 o'clock. It's a funny one.
Is it? I'll have
I
to
think
watch
so.
it.
I think so.
I'll watch all your videos.
Yeah. And then that's it, man.
That's all.
That's it. That's all. We're
Change the flag to Canada.
Where's the flag? What flag?
No, it's not the flag, the map. But
it's up there, man. You just can't see it because the camera's stopping up there. But it's up there. You don't want to see up my nostrils, do you?
I mean,
you gotta look at my titties.
So.
Don't worry. Canada's up there. We see it. Like,
yeah, we're down here.
Wait, not really. Ontario's on the map.
Yeah,
but thanks a lot, guys. We will see you guys soon.
Sorry, Pierre.